Munich Hauptbahnhof, one of Europe's busiest stations, over 350,000 passengers daily. But something is missing, something your body expects but cannot find. This metal bar is on the bench. German calls it Anlenhilfe, a leaning aid. Cost 150 to 300 euros. For pros, make sure you don't rest. I am 14 years old and I traveled to Munich to investigate a crime. Not theft, not vandalism, a crime against your body. The city is designed to make you tired on purpose. Design that weaponizes discomfort to control behavior, but in Munich it's part of something bigger, disciplinary urbanism, a system where public space treats humans like water in a pipe. You must flow, never pull, never stop. To understand how far Munich has fallen, we need to go back. 1972, Munich hosts the Summer Olympics. Urban designer Günter Griesbeck creates Demokratisches Grün, democratic green, philosophy, Betreten erlaubt, maximum freedom of use, no rules, just trust. Today, 54 years later, the park is protected as a monument, but the ideology died. Munich shifted from freedom of use to risk management, and the tools, not walls, not guards, physics. From green freedom to grey control, in the laboratory where this transformation is most visible, Munich Hauptbahnhof. According to Deutsche Bahn planning documents, the station processes up to 19,690 passengers per hour on peak platforms. That's 328 passengers every minute. The solution? Not more space. Forced movement through biomechanical manipulations. So let's investigate the weapon, not with opinions, with anatomy. This is platform 23, specifically mentioned in municipal reports as having defensive seating. Let me dissect it like evidence. Height 90 centimeters, much German accessibility standard for handrails. But this is meant for holding. Watch what happens when I try to use it. Within 10 seconds my legs start trembling. This is by design. When you lean like this, your body enters isometric stress. Unlike sitting where muscles rest or walking where muscles contract and release, isometric positions force muscles to fire continuously without relief. Research published in the USA National Library of Medicine found leaning against a support to cause 2.7 times more deep abdominal muscle activation than sitting relaxed. Let's compare body position. A real bench is stable. You sit, your spine is supported. The Anlenhilfe unstable, you're constantly fighting gravity. Muscle activity, sitting, your muscles rest. Leaning, they work 2.7 times harder every second. Heart rate, sitting allows recovery. Leaning keeps your cardiovascular system elevated, risky for anyone with heart conditions. And the correlates to metric sleep. On a bench, you can lie down. On this, if you relax, you fall. This line right here, this is the interpoint. Physical exclusion on homeless. Year-round discomfort engineered through thermodynamics. Deutsche Bahn marks this as ergonomic sitting innovation, but ergonomics, by definition, well-being. This is designed for human departure. But removing benches is only step 1. Step number 2, criminalize the alternative. Deutsche Bahn's house rules explicitly prohibit sitting on the floor, so no benches, no floor, no comfortable wall. You're legally forced to stand, experience pain, or buy something. Rest is now a commodity. Pay for access or keep moving. But Munich's control doesn't stop at biomechanics, it extends to biochemistry, to light itself. Giesing Bahnhof. Municipal reports list this as one of multiple locations with anti-drug lighting. This is what's inside. Under this light, you can see your veins. The contrast between skin and blood vessels disappears. Official goal: prevent drug injection. But there's a side effect nobody talks about. Switzerland's Federal Office for the Environment confirmed. This light tells your brain it's noon. Stay alert. Even at midnight. For casual visitors, this toilet feels deeply wrong. You want to escape. German surveys and assessment call this policy a failure. Drug users don't stop injecting, they inject blind, leading to collapsed veins, abscesses, and fatal overdoses in dark areas where no help exists. The blue light doesn't stop addiction, it externalizes death. But here's where it gets complicated. I found a 2013 study from Japan. J-Ear-East drills installed blue lights at 71 stations. Result: suicide attempts dropped by 84%. Same technology, different intention. Blue light can save lives when used with compassion, not exclusion. The question isn't whether design manipulates behavior. It does, always has. The question is who decides the goal: prevent suffering or hide it. Let's test one more thing. I need to get from this platform to the one directly across, maybe 50 meters in a straight line. There's no direct tunnel. Let me time how long this takes. Watch this. The direct route 50 meters, straight line, should take 40 seconds. The actual road 412 meters, through 21 shops, 3 cafes, 2 bakeries. Time 6 minutes 18 seconds. For you, wasted time, tired legs. For Deutsche Bahn, maximized exposure to retail. This is the grain effect. Make the piece confusing, increase impulse purchase. Final piece of evidence: Maximilianstraße, Munich's most expensive street, and a masterclass in what I call micro-exclusions. This metal bracket, skate stoppers, 14 years each. Function: prevent skateboarding, but they also prevent sitting, cleaning, playing. For 14 euros, you erase a way of using space. This is a map of where skateboarding is functionally impossible in Munich. Red: hostile architecture. Skate stoppers, security, design that says no. Green: allowed zones. Notice: on the periphery, 7 kilometers from the center. If you are young, if you want to use public space for free, for play, you are excited to the edges. This is spatial segregation by age and class, measured in centimeters of steel. So here's what we documented. Munich, the city that invented democratic green in 1972, now operates on 4 weapons of control, 4 weapons of disciplinary urbanism. Weapon 1: biomechanical manipulation, the Anlehilfe. Attacks your muscles, forces 2.7 times more fatigue. Target: the homeless, the elderly. Weapon 2: biomechanical intervention, blue light. Suppresses melatonin by 85%. Target: drug users. Goal: hide the problem. Weapon 3: special economic manipulation. The 400-meter detour exploits your exhaustion. Target: all passengers. Goal: profit. Weapon 4: micro-exclusion. Skate stoppers, 14 years each. Target: use. Goal: class segregation. Together they enforce one rule: you are welcome here only if you are profitable. Here's the truth. Munich transforms the public place from a democratic commons into a revenue-generating machine. By engineering exhaustions every surface, light and corridor. This isn't conspiracy. This is policy. Documented policy designed to answer only one question: are you profitable? And it's not just Munich. London's Camden Beach, New York anti-homeless spikes, Tokyo seating removal. This is the new default of urban design globally. Disciplinary urbanism, treating public space not as commons but as infrastructure, and human not as citizens but as flow. So what do we do with this knowledge? You can unsee it now. Next time you are in a train station, a park, a public square, look down. Look at what you are standing on. Look at what's missing. Ask who designed this, for whom, and who does it exclude. This is forensic urban design. Reading the city like a crime scene, because sometimes the crime isn't what happens in the space, it's what the space itself does to you. The city is not a background, it's a script written by someone else, but now you know the language, and that gives you the choice.